Hey, what's up, guys? Footy Manager TV here, and welcome to a new Football Manager series, story kind of thing with Plymouth Argyle, trying to get them to Champions League and obviously Premier League glory, and a new way of making Football Manager videos as well. So hopefully you enjoy that. Definitely more effort put into it. As you can see in my squad here, very young, a very interesting squad to build. Thanks for all the suggestions as well. But Plymouth, I was them in FIFA as well, so I know I'm very familiar with a lot of the players, and that's one big reason I went with them. And obviously the good youth prospects, as you can see, one guy here, Tyler Harvey, a 5-star report. Obviously our coaches aren't the best, but he is definitely a good prospect. He's got solid attributes for a 17-year-old, and he's also can play in a lot of positions from striker to midfield, so it'll be interesting to see how he develops and what kind of player he turns into. You can see here, obviously, finishing is his key attribute with 11 composure, so he's pretty solid one-on-one, but physically isn't amazing. Probably not pacey enough that I would like, and he's not a tall striker as well, so maybe that when he goes on, he might come into a centre mid or something like that, if we get a pacier striker or something like that. But I guess I just have to wait and see how my team develops, and with signings and that kind of thing. He's got some nice preferred moves as well. Moves into channels, comes deep to get the ball, and arrives late in the opponent's area. And next up, we have that striker I'm talking about. But again, like this guy here, Matt Leconte, he doesn't have amazing pace, but he's a bit stronger than Harvey, the previous striker we saw, but he's more of attacking mid. I think attacking mid is his natural formation, or natural position, I should say. But Leconte here, again, another 17-year-old. Oh no, this guy, yeah, Leconte is the natural centre attacking mid, and as you saw, he's more stronger, so he actually may be the better striker, even though he's natural as an attacking mid. But here, after showing some talented players, like younger players, here's our probably best player, Onesmo Becerra, a very good very good left back, I should say, and also can play very good as a left mid. He's got some very nice pace and physical attributes, very pacey, very strong, and a very good tackler. But it says here in his preferred moves, he gets forward whenever possible. Also, he runs with the ball rarely, so to me, they don't really mix. But to me, that says he'll be a very good left back. And here are some outs: Warren Feeney for 8k to Mansfield, and Jamie Richards out on loan to Salisbury. In the Blue Square South, I believe you'll see that soon. But Warren Feeney, I believe that was a good transfer, as I wanted to get rid of any older players. And Jamie Richards here to Salisbury, he's a very good prospect. Again, another player we have that can play in a lot of positions. We have a lot of versatile youngsters. I like youngsters that are versatile, because that means I can really train them into... I have a lot of options into what kind of position I could mould them into, like what kind of player, and that, whether it be a centre-back with this guy or a defensive mid or a full-back as well. So I have the options open to really plan for the future, which positions I need. As you can see there, he could almost develop into attacking player as a centre mid as well. So heaps of options available for him. Obviously natural as a centre-back, but again, I've got to really make my decisions on... Depends which players I can sign, and then I'll make the decision on which kind of player I'll mold him into. As you can see, as I said just before, on loan to Salisbury in the Blue Square Bet South, and hopefully he can get some much needed experience and come back a better player for that experience, and hopefully he does get some starting. I almost thought I could keep him and give him some rotation options. Here, a very good thing to happen. We get 10% off Mackey fee. Jamie Mackey, of course, he was a previous player on Plymouth Argyle's books, and we get 10% of that, and we get some more future money. So as you can see, that results really to the transfer budget right now. But when you're in these lower leagues, you don't really want to spend the transfer budget. You basically just buy free transfers. Yeah, you buy players for free, buy free agents, and you save the money with that. And hopefully, as we do get promoted, I can have that money for future seasons, and we may need big money signings. And big money, I'm talking about big money in this league. Big money would be maybe $1 million in this league. But as you can see, we've got a nice profit early, and that's one thing I'm going to focus on for this series, and building a big team from Plymouth. And here's one guy, but I believe I offered for a couple players even before this guy, but the work permit failed, and that's because... Well, it's not because that, of course, he couldn't... If it was in a higher team, obviously, it might get accepted, but because I loaded a lot of Europe leagues, or not leagues, a lot of Europe players all nationally known and continentally known players. So there's going to be heaps, and also for future seasons when I can actually sign them and wanted to come to my team. And also another positive sign, Everton, we got them as our parent club, so they can send us players on loan for no cost as well, and they pay us an annual fee of 38k, which is very good. But unfortunately, none of their players, basically all the players I wanted to get on loan from them, they said it's a too low level for now, and they want them to be playing at a higher level, unfortunately. But hopefully when we get promoted, that can be good. And as I said, Rakish, his work permit application failed, so I'm going to look into some other signings, but it's unfortunate because we played one game already in the Capital One Cup. As you can see, that was the result from that, or there's the ratings from that. Tyler Harvey getting 8.80 rating. He scored 2 goals in that match. Fantastic. Of course, in my 4-5-1 formation, I enjoy it. Not really just because it's a winning formation, because I enjoy how I see my players playing and all of that. So those are the ratings from the match. In the tactic, at least, as you saw there, Tyler Harvey. And obviously Cardiff, they're a good team. They had Craig Bellamy, he scored, but Harvey was just amazing. You saw his attributes before, has great potential, and he definitely showed the potential in that match. And if you see here by the action zones, we didn't dominate the match at all, which you really wouldn't expect we would. But here, this guy is another option I went for. But again, he's not English, so I'm not sure. Like any English player I've gone, or non-English players I've gone for, like 3 or 4 players now, their work permit hasn't worked. So if this guy doesn't work, I'm just going to go for an English signing and then some English loan players as well. Or at least players on loan from English clubs. Players from English clubs. So here's the first match coming up. I'm not going to show matches or anything, just results and all this kind of thing, and this method of screenshots, and hopefully enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time.